also helped their seeding and how they won so many games. I think they kind of lucked out, but I had them going to the Super Bowl. I really thought that they would. I'm really a Cam Newton guy. I really like him. I know you guys seem to not like him. There's probably some Florida fans that are bitter. But
hey, easy on that. Bring that down.
Don't loop me into that group.
Bring it down.
But I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a natural born leader, and I liked him last year. Like I said, I just really think that I had him going to the Super Bowl. Now I don't know if they'll win against. I think this will be a really tough matchup this weekend. We'll probably get to that later, but that's where I had him, and I really like this team coming into the year.
All right, where you personally had them at the beginning of the season?
I had them win in the South, but I didn't think they'd go much farther than that. But like Catfish said, they had an easy schedule because they had their South, and then they played the AFC South, which we all know what happened with the AFC South. Terrible. Everybody in there, they're terrible. Everybody turned into Charles Barkley on this show. It's terrible. But they legit was correct. The AFC South was horrible, and they got to play all of them guys.
Yeah.
And they beat every single one of them easily. So they did have a tough schedule, but hey, you still got to go out and win your games. And they win ball games that they weren't supposed to win, that they were behind, and they came back and won. And Cam brought them back. So they exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin. I thought they were just going to win the division and definitely have a spot locked up in the playoffs where they get, probably a 3 or 4 seed. And but yeah, like y'all said, that the schedule was a little bit weaker like that. But on the flip side of it, they did take advantage of it and capitalize on it. So that's one thing you got to give them credit for. I know they turn around and beat the crap out of Atlanta one week. Now they lost to Atlanta, but that's why when you play a team that close.
Well, when you play teams twice a year, every division game is always like
it was twice a year, but it was like the week after that they had to play them again.
Yeah, they played them 2 weeks. It was 2 out of 3 weeks.
Exactly. So they had to loop around and play them again. So honestly, a team's gonna remember that butt kicking and come out a little bit more with more intensity and.
Well, they were at home too. So.
And of course they lost that game, and of course Mercury Murders come out saying, "Oh, nobody's still gonna."
Well, that guy, get the fuck over it, Miami. When all y'all die and you're not able to crack the champagne open no more, we'll love it because we won't have to hear about you. Oh, nobody got me. Get rid of it. If that team had to play some of the teams now, they get annihilated.
Oh, they get annihilated.
Mercury Morris would get...
Athletes nowadays would just totally stomp all over
Mercury Morris would get clotheslined, and he'd be out of the game in the first thing, and they'd be like, pop champagne now, bitch.
Think about it. You put a team of like the 2000s against the team of the back then. You think they would hold against a guy like Ray Lewis? Ray Lewis
they ain't big enough.
To shoot in their helmet afterwards.
They're not big enough. The only guy on their team that was big was freaking Zonka.
There's Zonka.
Yeah, he was the only guy that could take an ass whooping, but damn, just get over it already, Mercury Morris.
Exactly.
And he's the only one you hear from is Mercury Morris. I'm like, shut up. I'm tired of this crap. And it's the Dolphins, so we always got to hear about it. And that's what Dolphin fans always got to go back to, even though none of them were alive in 1972 or on their boats that made it over to Miami.
They watched it on the History Channel.
They watched it on the History Channel. Them and Dallas Cowboy fans.
Yes, I'm good for the Panthers and everything like that. So they put themselves in a situation to be successful, and we're going there.
They did good.
All right, thoughts on the Cardinals' #1 ranked offense?
They looked like shit last week. And if they play like that this week, they're gone. They're going quick, fast, and in a hurry if they play like that. If they play like that this week. I think the Cardinals are... I think they're a little bit overrated in my book right now. They've had a really good year. But I just think right now going into the playoffs, they're that team. And with their offense is all right now, but they looked bad last week against a not that great Packers defense. So it is what it is.
All right, your thoughts on
good regular season, poopy postseason so far.
Your thoughts on the Cardinals #1 ranked offense? I go with you, Catfish.
No, they'll be. If they don't bring it this weekend, they're going to be gone. I don't know. I mean, Carson Palmer is what is he, 88, 89 years old?
Good God!
You know, but I mean, that was his first playoff win last week. We'll see. I think the playing on the road is going to get to him, and I don't think that they're going to be that good. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald's great, but we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think that they're going to have it this week. But we'll see.
All right, your thoughts on your thoughts, Steve?
I mean, I agree. I think we can all pretty much come to the conclusion that a little overrated, not as good as they're playing. I mean, yeah, you got Larry Fitzgerald, the ageless wonder. He's a boss. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I mean, the dude's amazing, but you know, Carson Palmer is 36 years old. You know, who knows how much longer he's got left.
Like that's old.
You know, and let's just be honest. I mean, they have to play better. They have to. I mean, if they're going to go in there and play and think they can play against the Panthers at the level they were playing against the Packers, they're going to get annihilated. I mean, literally the Panthers played the Seahawks and it was 31-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
They just put in cruise control afterwards. Had they not put in cruise control, what do you think the score probably would have been? You know, would it have been closer than it was? No, it wouldn't have been that close. So there's no way, in my opinion, they're going to have to really, I mean, the coaches are really going to have to do something to figure out how to stop these guys and play better than what they did last week and take a long, hard look and say, hey, it's time to man up and fucking play ball. But in my opinion, I don't think they do it.
You want to add something?
I don't think they do it.
Huh?
You want to add something?
The Cardinals didn't really put it, or the Panthers didn't really put it in cruise control against the Seahawks after the halftime. They kind of just had them come back, but the Cardinals they didn't play that well against Green Bay, and a lot of it had to do with their offense not playing well. I know we're going to talk about it later on,
yeah,
but the loss of Matthew, the loss of the Honey Badger, is huge for Arizona right now. And Carolina's defense is upper echelon defense. It ain't Green Bay's defense. And Green Bay was able to slow down all those guys. Plus, that field they're going to be playing on is going to be just crap. If you thought it was crap for the Seattle game, wait till you see it after Snowstorm Jonas gets through fucking up that field. Because it's going to look like crap on Sunday.
All right, Mike, you in there?
Yes, sir.
There's someone else here?
Yeah, it's Mike, man.
Jesus criminy, where are all these people
Mike
coming
Ambroise is on the line. The question I asked, I was going to get your thoughts on the Cardinals #1 ranked offense, and you can go ahead and add in. We kind of just started with that. I didn't hear from you, so we're going to go ahead and just tell me what you got.
What's going on, fellas? Thoughts on the Cardinals and
you are their #1 ranked offense, or you can just talk about Cam Newton's season and we thought we had him at the beginning of the season as far as the Carolina Panthers.
All right, I mean, so for the game, I think I got the Panthers going through, man. Like, I don't know, it just seems like destiny's on their side this year, you know? Cam, he was blessed this year, man. I don't even say blessed, man. He put in some work. You know, last year, what they getting on a 9-7 record?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to be, you know, one of them quarterbacks who was like kind of like a better than this person skillfully, but like kind of like same level of success, like an Alex Smith type of guy, you know what I mean? Like where, you know, you would always, you know, get somewhere, you would have like good seasons and all, but, you know, you would never really kind of move that extra, you know, go that extra mile. But, I mean, he shut me up and like half the world up, man. Like that was a crazy turnaround that he had for this year. Like, I think he might be, I've been kind of curious to see who's going to be that next elite guy to carry the torch after, you know, the Bradys and Rodgers and Mannings are finally gone.
Blake Bortles!
Go ahead.
What?
Nah, go ahead. It's Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, Cam is looking like that guy right now, man. I can't take anything away from him. Like he's throwing great passes. You know, he knows how to throw, when to throw from the pocket. He's making the right reads. He's running at the right time. You know, I typically never care for scrambling quarterbacks because it's like when they know they can run, it's like they get like in Madden mode, man. And they try to run when it's necessary. You know, he looks like he's disciplined himself enough to know when to run. And the dude is just huge, man. Like I see defenders who don't want to get hit by him. Like, he comes out running, they look like they're the person scrambling. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't go against Cam in this one. I mean, Carolina's a great complete team, but I mean, even with them being complete, like, you know, like I've seen them have their struggles, like you said, against Green Bay, you know, against, you know, several other good teams. And I mean, if we're talking quarterback on quarterback, Carson Palmer, man, like Carson Palmer and Cam Newton, I gotta go Cam, man.
All right, let's talk about Larry Fitzgerald, and I want to get your opinion on what you think about Larry Fitzgerald's season so far. What he been doing, Catfish.
Oh, Larry Fitzgerald, he's that man. Somebody said earlier he's a boss. Definitely. I mean, he might be a top 5 receiver all time as far as who you want in the clutch. He's at least top 10. He's, you know, I mean, that play he had last week in the overtime, that stiff arm, he wasn't even looking at the dude. I mean, that was ridiculous. Like, it was on another level. I love Larry Fitzgerald. I love watching him, love his effort. He's one of those guys that could be a game changer this weekend. You know, he could, if he has a big game, you know, some big breakout plays like that, you know, watch out. And that's what they need.
Got you. Your thoughts on this, Steve?
I can tell you, I've always loved Larry Fitzgerald ever since he's come out of Pittsburgh. I absolutely love the guy.
Oh, Big Ten homer.
No, Pittsburgh's not in the Big Ten. First of all, let's get that straight.
Wasn't they when he was there?
Huh?
He was when he was there. No, they were in the Big East, wasn't they?
There you go, Cupcake. Now, if you want to talk about Big Ten, we can save for another episode, 41-7. So, like I was saying,
I'm going to talk about a ball game.
No, Fitzgerald, man, the guy's amazing. He's had 1,200 yards this season. With his last game, he's had 176 yards receiving, even though he had that one play for 75. Dude's amazing, man. You know, what could he have done with just such a great team that could have been, you know, more than what the Cardinals were? You know, it's damn, dude. I can't gush. It's just like Cam. Cam's great. Fitzgerald has been consistently great. So, he's having a phenomenal season. Good. And he deserves. I hope maybe down the line, maybe he gets away from the Cardinals, gets with the team and wants to win right then and there. But good for him, man. I just want him to continue to do good, and you know what I mean.
Your thoughts on Larry Fitzgerald?
He's been to a Super Bowl. He had a great Super Bowl already.
Yeah, but he's not going to playing with them. He's never going to win one. He's not going to win one.
They called a hot Steelers team too, man.
They almost won the Super Bowl that year.
Almost won, but they called a hot.
They got beat.
Really,
they got beat
really,
on the.
because Big Ben sure does have something to say about that.
They got beat. They got beat on that fluke fumble. Wasn't that the year of the fluke fumble where he ran the ball 100 yards and then got into the end zone at the end of the half?
End of the half, yeah.
Yeah. It was a fluke. Pittsburgh always wins damn fluke games.
I don't know.
Arizona could. Arizona would.
Saying.
Dude, they won by a fluke freaking play at the end of a half. That's what one of the.
That's why you play the games, man. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say, man, but I mean, it is what it is.
But to say he ain't going to win a championship,
he'll never win a Super Bowl with.
You want to know why? Because right now he's old. If he was still young and he was playing in Carolina, if he was Michael Floyd's age and playing in Carolina, there's no way I would go, you're never going to win a championship in Arizona. No way. There is no way you can say that they're not going to because they've been there.
I'll tell you what. If they beat the Panthers, my tune will change.
Well, they'll have to then because they'll be in the damn Super Bowl.
No, because I think they'll beat whoever's playing in the AFC.
All right. What did you want to go on? That's all you said.
I love Larry. I've always liked Larry Fitzgerald. I wish we would have drafted him here when we had the chance, but we didn't. Like many other people, we didn't draft. Would have been nice.
Remind us who the GM was when we didn't pick him.
I don't remember. I think his name was Gene Smith.
Nope, it was right before him.
It was Shaq Harris.
Shaq Harris.
It was Shaq.
Son of a bitch.
Drafted Reggie Williams.
Oh man.
Yeah, fucking punk.
Mike, your thoughts on
I don't cuss on the show.
I know. It's
dropping F-bombs with his baby in his lap, for God's sake.
Hey, he's got his earmuffs on.
He got earmuffs on? Okay, good.
He's got his earmuffs on.
You need to put diapers over his damn ears.
Good boy.
Mike, your thoughts on Larry?
His first word is going to be fuck.